Hello ladies, gentlemen, and those of unspecified gender. My name is William Neville. I am 21 years old and a former student of St. Peter's College. I am making this video to tell my story of living with Asperger syndrome and my experiences of school and the life thereafter, in the hope that it might be of some help to other students, parents, or even teachers who know someone diagnosed with Asperger syndrome. I've spent countless hours researching, observing, stalking, and learning what makes me and others tick. And the best way I found to describe people with Asperger's is that they're socially blind, if that makes any sense. It makes it difficult to pick up on subtle emotional cues and read body language, which tends to lead towards social anxiety and introversion. And who's to say that non-Aspies are the quote-unquote normal ones? We're all different people who think in different ways, so we all have different perceptions of what we classify as normal. Aspies tend to think differently to most people, which gives them their own strengths and flaws. For one, if we're rude, it's never on purpose. If an Aspie is behaving inappropriately, quietly and calmly tell them what they're doing is rude, and they'll reply, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that." Unless you're someone they hate, in which case they reply with, "Yeah, that's why I said it in the first place, butt munch." Most Aspies tend not to conform to societal fads. We dance to the beat of our own drum, making us creative, imaginative, think outside the box, and stand out like an eggplant in a cucumber patch. I should not be writing this before lunch. Looking back at my senior year, school was incredibly stressful and created a large amount of anxiety. Eventually this subsided as I got older and the day-by-day routine became soothing. The anxiety and stress was caused by a combination of expectations, demands, but more importantly because I felt uncomfortable communicating my thoughts and emotions. I wanted to please everyone but felt constantly overwhelmed by the pressure of my peers. I found it incredibly hard to understand what was expected of me. I struggled to read emotions and body language, and while I was having something explained to me, my mind would be thinking of how to react and what was expected of me, and therefore never absorbed what I should have. If I was ever asked by a teacher, "Do you need any help?" or "Do you understand what you need to do?" I would always reply with what I thought they wanted to hear. "No thank you, I'm perfectly fine." When in reality, I was struggling to understand most of the work I was given. Teachers have been learning their respective subjects for years and know them inside and out. I, on the other hand, had absolutely no idea what I was being told, which put me in a state of panic and dread. And I never felt comfortable approaching a teacher after class because of a combination of social anxiety, not wanting to bother them when they're busy doing something else, and not wanting to upset them by asking them to repeat themselves. The teachers tried to help me with my work through various coping mechanisms, but the thing is, most coping strategies don't work on Aspies because normal coping strategies work on normal people, and, as we've established, people with Asperger's aren't quote-unquote normal. It's like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole, and most coping strategies for Aspies revolve around cutting the edges off the square so it forcibly fits, when the more obvious and sensible solution is to instead find the square hole. I look back at my 13 years at St. Peter's College and feel nothing but pride, achievement, and contentment because it was where I learnt my most valuable life lessons. But most importantly, it was where I was introduced to stage performing, a place where I feel alive, have the most fun, and really feel at ease. So whatever you do, don't give up on Aspies. Once they find their niche, they will soar like a downed airliner being piloted by Tom Hanks, and the satisfaction for everyone is more gratifying than you will know. And when given the chance, I always enjoy walking through the grounds and be overwhelmed with a sense of pride, nostalgia, and an urge to run across the oval like an escaped zoo animal. Thank you for watching this video. So long, and thanks for all the fish.